Hi, this is Nick06130661, and I know it's been a long time since I made my last video, but I figured it was time to put out another one, with this one being based on a recent trip I took to the Adirondack region of New York. The specific location I'm going to be speaking of is West Mountain, and while I'm going to be just giving a few tips on what I thought when I visited for my few-hour trip there, I think it's definitely worth talking about. So I originally was interested in the ropes course when I went on top of West Mountain, which looked like a great way to get some fitness and definitely a challenge, but nevertheless, I skipped it because I was on a time crunch. So what I ended up doing was taking a chairlift, which took about a half an hour, and trust me, before I even got there, it had plenty of activity going at the base of the mountain, with several vendors being down there, as well as live music. And make mind of this is I visited this in the summer, so it's probably a completely different atmosphere in the summertime when people are skiing. But nevertheless, I took this chairlift to the top anyways, and I got some great images and videos on the way up, as well as down. While my back was turned for the dramatic scenery as I went up, it didn't stop me from turning to gaze at the beautiful, distant mountains and all the surrounding area. And once at the top of the mountain, I was assisted off and made my way to the hiking trails. This was my first time on the mountain, so I was actually recommended by one of the guys running the lift, and he told me to go to a place called Crow's Nest, which I gladly did, and I'm so happy I listened to him. The trail was actually pretty quiet, which I loved, and the only company that was with me were the obnoxious biting flies at the top, which nevertheless did not ruin my trip. And I eventually made my way to Crow's Nest, which is actually a lookout tower, which gave me a stunning view of the Adirondack Mountains, as well as the Hudson River. I've been to other mountains like Whiteface before, but one thing that definitely was better about West Mountain was the fact that there was a lack of people. There weren't too many at the top getting in my way or too much sound going on. And you could definitely take in the birds and the crickets and all the other sounds that came with being at the top of that mountain. And as I made my way back to the chairlift, there was more hiking trails for me to enjoy on the way back. And I got to actually see the ropes course, which I'm definitely going to check out next time. But again, I was on a time crunch, but it definitely looked like a great challenge and a fun way to spend at the top of the mountain. And the chairlift up and down took a little over 20 minutes, and I definitely enjoyed my trip up and down. It was about $25, but it was well worth the money, and I got a great pictures and videos that I'm definitely going to be saving and looking back on. And the great part about West Mountain is it's pretty well located. It's not too far from Lake George, less than a half an hour away, which gives you kind of a great way to kind of get away from all the hustle and bustle of the Lake George area, but still enjoy the Adirondacks vibe. And overall, if you're on the east side of New York, West Mountain is definitely worth a visit, definitely in the summer, and I can only assume in the winter. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted my last video, but I figured I'd make a short little clip just to kind of put together, and hopefully that you guys can enjoy and be informed if you're ever out in the eastern side of New York. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!